Okay, so, uh, for the people over here, I'm going to be, um, reading Julius Caesar in one sitting and attempting to just do it right now because I got bored today and really have nothing to do with my life, so why not? Apologies if my voice sounds a little awful. My voice have a cold and such. So, let's begin. And if you want to try out the challenge too, well, that's completely fine. Because, by God, I am a nerd for doing this. And a sadist. Alright, Act 1. Scene 1, Rome. A street. Let me check this on. Yes. I'll just push some stuff on my desk. Scene 1. Rome. A street. Enter Flavius, Marillus, and certain commoners. Flavius. Hence! Home, you idle creatures! Get you home! Is this a holiday? What? Know you not? Being mechanical, you ought not walk upon a labouring day without the sign of your profession. Speak! What trade art thou? Why, sir, a carpenter. Where's thy leather upon and thy rule? What thou with thy best April on? You, sir, what trade are you? Truly, sir, in respect of a fine workman I am, but, as you would say, a cobbler. But what trade art thou? Answer me directly. A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is, indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls. What trade, thou knave? Thou naughty knave, what trade? Nay, I beseech you, sir, be not out with me yet. If you'd be out, sir, I can mend you. What mendest thou by that? Mend me, thou saucy fellow. Why, sir, cobble you. Thou art a cobbler, art thou? I truly, sir. All that I live by is with the all. I meddle with no tradesmen's matters, nor women's matters, but with all. I am, indeed, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them, as proper men as ever trod upon neat leather have gone upon my handiwork. But wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou lead these men about the streets? Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes to get myself into more work. But indeed, sir, we make holiday to see Caesar, and to rejoice in his triumph. Wherefore rejoice? What conquest brings he home? What tribunes follow him to Rome, to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels? You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things! Oh, you hard, hurt hearts, you cruel men of Rome! Do you not, Pompey? Many a time and oft have you climbed upon to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to chimney tops, your infants in your arms, and there have sat— oh God, I think I spit on my screen. Your infants in your arms, and there you've sat the livelong day, with patient expectation, to see great Pompey pass the streets of Rome, and when you saw his chariot but appear, have you not made a universal shout, that Tiber trembled but underneath her banks, to hear the replication of your sounds, made in the concave shores? And do you now put on your best attire? And do you now call out a holiday? And do you now stew flowers and nest away? That comes in triumph over Pompey's blood? Begone! Run to your houses, fall upon your knees, pray to the gods to intermit the plague that needs must light on this ingratitude. Go, good countrymen, and for this fault, assemble all the poor men of your sort, draw them into Tiber banks, and weep your tears into the channel, till the lowest stream do kiss the most exalted shores of all. Exeunt all the columners, to see whether their basest metal be not moved. They vanish tongue-tied in their guiltiness, oh my God. Go you down that way towards the capital. This way will I disrobe the images, if you do find them decked with ceremonies. May we do so? You know it is the Feast of Rubicle. It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophies all about, and drive away the vulgar from the streets. So do you two, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers plucked from Caesar's wing would make him fly an ordinary pitch. Who else would soar above the view of men, and keep us all in servile fearfulness. Alright. By the way, I just want to clarify why I'm doing this. It's just... Okay, I'm in English class and I'm kind of feeling Julius Caesar, so I need to step up my game and do this all in one sitting. Alright, that's the real reason. By God, I have the weirdest ways of studying. Oh boy. If you want to try out this challenge too, go ahead. Be my guest. Alright, scene 2, a public place. Flourish, enter Caesar Antony for the course. Calpurnia, Portia, Theseus, Brutus, Cicero, Brutus, Cassius, and Casca. A great following among them, Caesar. So like in a crowd. Calpurnia. Peace, ho! Caesar speaks. Calpurnia! Here, my lord. Stand you directly in Antonius's way, when he doth run his course, Antonius. Caesar, my lord. Forget not in your speed, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia, for our elders say the baron touched in this holy chase. Shake off their sterile curse. I shall remember. When Caesar says do this, it is performed. Set on, and leave no ceremonies out. Flourish. Caesar. Caesar! Ha! Who calls? Bid every noise be still. Peace yet again. Who is it in the press that calls upon me? I hear tongue, shriller than all the music. Try, Caesar, speak. Caesar's turned to hear. Beware the Ides of March! What man is this? What man is that? A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March. Set let him before me. Let me see his face. Fellow, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar. What sayest thou to me now? Speak once again. Beware the Ides of March! He is a dreamer. Let us leave him pass. Senate exude all except Brutus and Cassius. Will you go to see the order of this course? Not I. I pray you do. I am not gruesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is in Antony. Let me do not hither, Cassius, your desires. I'll leave you. Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show love as I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you. Cassius, be not deceived. If I have veiled my look, I turned the troubles of my countenance. Merely upon myself vexed I am of late with passions of some difference. Conceptions only proper to myself, which give some soil perhaps to my behaviours. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, among which numbers Cassius be one, nor construe any further my neglect, not the poor than that poor Brutus with himself at war forgets to show love to other men. Then Brutus, I have much mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine hath barely throughout thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations, Jesus. Tell me, good Plutus, can you see your face? No, Cassius, for the eye see not itself, but by reflection, by some other things. 'Tis just, and it is very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as well turn your hidden worthiness in your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have heard were many of the best respect in Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of which, Brutus, and groaning underneath this age's yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had his eyes. Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for what which is not in me? Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear, and since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you not yet know not of. And be not jealous of me, good gentle Brutus, for I am common laughter, or did use to stale with ordinary oaths my love to every new protest. If you know that I do fawn on men and hug them hard, and have to scandal them, or if you know that I profess myself in banqueting to all the rout, then hold me dangerous. Flourish and shout. What means this shouting? I do fear. The people choose Caesar for the king. Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it so. I would not, Cassius, yet I love him well. But wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it to be aught toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death eye the other, and I will look on both indifferently. For I'll let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death. I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be in awe of such a thing as myself. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We both had freedom as well, and as we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he, for once upon a raw and gusty day, that troubled Chiba chafing with her shawls, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point?" Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent rode, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink! I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulders the old anxious bear, so from the tears of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become God, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body. If Caesar carelessly but gnawed on him, he had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this God did shake. His coward lips did from their coloured eye fly, and that same eye whose bend doth the world did lose his lustre, I did hear him groan. Aye, and the tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in the books. Alas, I cried, give me some drink tenderness, as a sick girl. Ye gods, it does amaze me. A man of such a feeble temper should so get to the start of the majestic world, and bear the palm alone. Shout to Flourish. Another great shout? I do believe that these applauses are from new honors that are heaped on Caesar. Why, man, he does bestride the narrow world like a colossus, and we petty men walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable slaves, men at some point are masters of their fate. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves, that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that, Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together. Yours is a fair name. Sound them, it doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, it is as heavy. Conjure with them. Brutus would start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now, in the names of all the gods at once, upon what the meat doth with this our Caesar feed, that he has grown so great, age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age, since the great flood, but it was famed with more than one man. When, let me just go for a second. When could they all say till thy talked of Rome, that her wide walls encompass but one man? Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough, when there is in it but one only man? Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep it stayed. in Rome as easily as a king. Like you do love me. I am I'm nothing jealous. What you would work to, what you would work me to. I have some aim. Now I have thought of this, and of these times I shall recount hereafter. For this present I will not, so with love I might entreat you, be any further moved. What you have said I will consider. What you have to say I will with patience hear, and find a time with both with to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friends, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome, under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us. I am great that my weak words have struck but thus much show of fire from Brutus. The games are done, and Caesar is returning. As they pass by, pluck Cassa by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashions, tell you what hath proceeded worthy note today. Re-enter Caesar and his train. I will do so, but look you, Caesar, Cassius. This angry spot will glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest look like a chidden train. Calpurnia's cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferritin, such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the capital, being crossed in conference by some senators. Casca will tell us what the matter is. Antonius! Caesar? Let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep o' nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much, and such men are dangerous. Fear not, Caesar, he is not dangerous. He is a noble Roman and well given. Would he were fatter, but I fear not. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should avoid. So soon as that spare Cassius, he reads much. He is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He looks no plays, as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles, and smiles in such a sort, as if he mocked himself and scorned the spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men are as he be never at heart's ease. Well, they behold the greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I'd rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear. For always I am Caesar. Come on my right hand, for the ear is deaf, and tell me truly what thou thinkest of him. You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me? I, Cassius, tell me what hath chanced today, that Caesar looks so sad. Why, you were with him, were you not? I should not then ask Casca what had chanced. Well, that's Brutus. Never mind. Roll back. I should not then ask Casca what had chanced. Why, there was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by with the back of his hand. Thus, and then the people fell a shouting. What was the second voice for? Why, for that too. They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for? Why, for that too. Was the crown offered him thrice? Yes, Mary, was it, and he put it by thrice, every time gentler than the other, and at every putting by, mine down in Stabus shouted, Who offered them the crown? Why, Antony. Tell us the matter of it, gentle Casca. I can as well be hanged as tell the manner of it. It was mere foolery. And in Mont Market I saw Mark Antony offered him a crown. Yet 'twas not a crown neither. 'Twas one of these cornets, and as I told you, he put it on by once, and but for all that, he to my thinking he would fain have had it. Then he offered to put it to him again. Then he put it by again, but to my thinking he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. And then he offered it the third time. He put it to the third time by, and still as he refused it. the rebelment who didn't clap their chapped hands, very chapped hands, and drew up their sweaty nightcaps, and uttered such a deal of thinking breath, because Caesar refused the crown that it had almost choked Caesar. For he swounded and fell down at it, and for my own part, I durst not laugh, for fear of opening my lips and receiving the bad air. But see soft, I pray you, what did Caesar swound? He fell down in the marketplace and foamed at mouth, and was speechless. 'Tis very like he hath the failing sickness. No, Caesar hath it not, but you and I. And honest Casca, we have the falling sickness. I know, fudge my brain. I know not what you mean by that, but I am sure Caesar fell down if the ragtag people did not clap and kiss him, hiss him, according as he pleased and displeased them, as they used to the players and the theatre. I am no true man. What said he when he came unto himself? Mary, before he fell down, and when he perceived God heard, was glad he refused the crown. He plucked me ob his doublet, and offered him as his. He plucked him ob his doublet, and offered them his throat to cut. And I had been a man of many occupations if I would not have taken him at a word. I would I might go to hell among the rogues. And so he fell. When he came to himself again, he said, if he had done or said anything amiss, he desired their worships to think it was his infirmity. There, 3 or 4 wrenches where I stood, cried, alas, good soul, and forgive him with all their hearts. Oh God, I spit on screen. Oh God. But there's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less. Okay, I just want to check the stream real quick. See if the stream is healthy. Let me check. Okay, I just want to check the stream real quick. So let me just check the quality. Mark Antony offered him the crown, yet 'twas not the crown either. 'Twas one of these corners, and as I told you, he put it on by once, but for all that, he to my thinking he. Okay, though. Oh man. Yeah, that's a good thing. You believe in me. When was that posted? Hold on, let me check the blocking function real quick. Have had it. Then he. Okay, that's the camera. I gotta remember what the button for pausing was. Okay, that's the camera. I gotta remember what the button for. You know what? This is gonna be really awkward, but I'm gonna look up the pausing block. NVIDIA. Shadow play pause. You know what? This is gonna be really awkward, but I'm gonna look up the pausing block. NVIDIA. Shadow play pause. You know what? Where's the pause? Okay, it was Alt F7. I just want to check that real quick. Okay. Okay, so I just wanted to test that real quick, you know, as a quick follow. I don't know, I just wasn't sure if I could, you know, pause the stream for a second there. Okay, so I just wanted to test that real quick. Damn it, let me just... As a quick... So, alright, continuing the stream, continue where I left off. Wasn't... Oh god, did I accidentally close? Okay. back to reading. And after that, he came, just sad away. Aye. Did Cicero say anything? He spoke Greek. To what effect? Nay, and I tell you that, here, look you, the face again, but those that understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads. But for my own part, it was Greek to me. I could tell you more news too. Marcus and Flavius were pulling scarves off Caesar's images and put to silence. There you, well, there was more foolery yet, if I could remember it. How long is the stream? Good God! Alright, will you sup with me tonight, Casca? No, I am promised forth. Will you dine with me tomorrow? Aye, if I be alive in your mind, then your dinner worth the eating. Good, I will expect you. And they do so. Farewell, both. Exit. What a blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick-mettled when he went to school. So is he... Wait, that's Casca. So is he now in execution of any bold or noble enterprise? However he puts on it this tardy form, this rudeness is assault to his good wit, which give men stomach to digest his words with better appetite. And so it is. For this time I will leave you. Tomorrow, please to speak with me. I will come home to you, or if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you. I will, Casca, I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Exit Brutus. Well, Brutus, thou art noble yet. I see thy honourable metal may be wrought from what it is disposed. Therefore it is meet that noble minds keep ever with their likes. For who so firm that cannot be seduced? Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, and he were Cassius, he should not humour me. I will this night in several hands and at his windows throw, as if they come from several citizens, writing things all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name. Rarely and obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be glanced at. After this let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days ensure. The same. You know, I know I said this would be in one sitting, but I really need to refresh my throat right now. I need to get a drink. I'm sorry. I need to get something. Oh wait, no, never mind. I got my drink right here. Forgot it. It's Minute Maid. Not sponsored. And I got a little milk too. Oreo O's, anybody? Oh god, it sucks. Oh, it's soggy now. Soggy cereal. At least the milk's still good. That's some good Oreo milk. Alright. Where was I? Scene 3. The same age street. Okay, what should I give Cicero? I guess I'll just give him a good, burly voice. Good evening, Casca. Brought you Caesar home. Why are you breathless, and why you staring you so? Are not you moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a things unfirm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempest when the scalding winds have riven the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage at foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds. But never till tonight, never till now, did I go through the tempest dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world too saucy with the gods, and sentenced them to send destruction. Why saw you say things more wonderful? Why saw you anything more wonderful? Wait, am I even voicing the same character from before? Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. A common slave, you know him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 touches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I had not since put off my sword against the capital I met a lion, who glared upon me and went surely by, without knowing me, and there were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and let me start like 2 lines before. Upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with that fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walked up and down the streets. And yesterday the board of night did sit, even at noon, nay, upon the marketplace, hooting and shaking, when these prodigies do so conjointly meet. Let not men say, these are their reasons, they are natural, for I believe they are portentous things unto the climate that they point upon. Indeed, it is a strange disposed time, but men may construe things after their fashion, clean from the purpose of the things themselves. Come Caesar to the Capitol tomorrow. He doth, for he did bid Antonius send word to you he would be there tomorrow. Good night, then, Shaska. The disturbed sky is not to walk in. Farewell, Cicero. Exit Cicero. Enter Cassius. Who's there? A Roman. Casca, by your voice. Ah, your ear is good. Cassius, what night is this? A very pleasing night to honest men. Whoever knew the heavens meant so? Those what have known the earth so full of faults. For my part, I have walked about the streets, summoning me unto the perilous night, and thus embraced Casca, as you see have bared my bosom to the thunderstone. And when the cross blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim and very flash of it. By the way, I'm sorry, I gotta do something like an email real quick. Give me a second. Okay, so I just had to do an email real quick to someone, checking if they would like to listen to the live stream. But let's try and it's fine. Let me go back to where I was. Casca, by your voice, your ears good, Cassius. What night is this? A very pleasing night to honest men. Whoever knew the heaven meant it so? Those that have known the earth so full of faults, for my part, I have walked about the streets, submitting me unto the perilous night, and thus unbraced Casca, as you see, hath bared my bosom to the thunderstone. And when the cross blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim and very flash of it. But wherefore did you see so much tempt the heavens? It is part of plan to fear and tremble, when the most mighty gods by token send such dreadful heralds to astonish us. You adore Casca, and those sparks of life that should be in a Roman you want, or else you use not, you look pale and gaze, and put on fear, and cast yourself in wonder, to see the strange impatience of the heavens. But if you would consider the true cause, why all these fires, why all these gliding ghosts, why birds and beasts from quality and kind, why old men fool and children calculate, why all these things change from their ordinance, their natures and performed faculties, to monstrous quality, why you shall find that heaven hath infused them with these spirits, to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, opens graves, and roars as doth the lion in the Capitol, a man no mightier than thyself, or me, in oh God, in personal action, yet prodigious grown and fearful as these strange eruptions are. 'Tis Caesar that you mean, is it not, Cassius? Let it be who it is, for Romans now hath thews and limbs like to their ancestors. But woe the while our fathers' minds are dead, and we are governed with our mother's spirits. Our yoke and suffrage show us womanish. Indeed, they say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land, every place save here in Italy. I know where I will wear this dagger then. I, Cassius, from bondage will deliver Cassius. Therein, ye gods, you make the weak most strong. Therein, ye gods, you tyrants do defeat. No stony tower, no walls of beaten brass, nor airless and dungeons, or no strong links of iron can be retentive to the strength of spirit. But life, being weary of these worldly balls, never lacks power to defend itself. If I know this, know all the world behides. That part of tyranny that I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure. Thunder still. So can I. So every bondman in his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity. And why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man, I know he would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. He were no lion. Were not Romans hinds? Those that were haste with would make a mighty fire, begin it with leak straws. What trash is Rome? What rubbish and what awful, when it serves for the base matter to illuminate so vilest things as Caesar. But oh grief! Where hast thou led me? I perhaps speak this before willing bondmen. Then I know my answers must be made, but I am armed, and dangers are to me indifferent. You speak to Casca, and to such a man, that is no fearing. Tell, hold my hand, be infectious, for oh my God, when did Casca become friggin' Shrek? Oh my God, hold my hand, be infectious for redress of all these griefs, and I will set this foot of mine as well as who goes farthest. There's a bargain made. No, now, no, you, Casca, I have moved already. Some certain of the nobles-minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honorable, dangerous consequence, and I do know by this they stay for me in Pompey's porch. For now, this fearful night, there is no stir or walking in the streets, and the complexion of the element in favors, like the work we have in hand, most bloody, fury, oh my god, fury, and most terrible. Stand close a while, for he comes one in haste. 'Tis Senna. I do know him by his gait. He is a friend. Enter Senna. Senna, where hast thou so? Oh my god, I need to come up with a new thing for Senna. To find out you, who's that? Miscellaneous Simba? Oh no, it's Casca, one incorporate to our attempts. And am I not stayed for Senna? I'm glad on it. What a fearful night is this. There's 2 or 3 of us have seen strange sights. Am I not stayed for? Tell me. Yes. What, yes, you are, O Cassius. If you could but win the noble Brutus to our party. Be you content, good Senna. Take this paper, and look you weigh it in the painter's chair, at where Brutus may but find it, and throw this in at his window. Set this up with wax upon old Brutus the statue. All this done, repair to Pompey's porch, where you shall find us. Is Decius Brutus and Telebonius there? But we'll all but Smetalated Simba, and he's gone to seek you at your house. Well, I will hie, and so bestow these papers as you bade me. That's done. Prepare to Pompey's theatre. Exit Senna. Come, Casca, you and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours. Hold on, let me just adjust this real quick. Okay, so I just wanted to make it so that I have the live stream on screen for a second there. There we go. So where was I? Okay, I was in the part where he was all like, where was I again? Alright, here it is. Oh my god, I lost my place. Alright, here it is. Oh my god, I'm failing the stream so hard. I can't remember where it was. I was. Okay, I know there was a part where he said window. Yes, here's the part. In at this window, he set this up with wax upon a pole. Okay, I set this up. Come, Casca, you and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him is ours already, and the man entire upon the next encounter yields him ours. Oh, darn it, what was the Casca's voice? Oh, he sits high in all the people's hearts, and that which would appear offensive in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will change the virtue into worthiness. Him and his worth and our great need of him. You have right well conceited. Let us go, for it is after midnight, and ere day we will awake him, and be sure of him. Enter Brutus. Dear Lord, we're on Act 2, and just we're not even halfway through. Oh my god, this live stream's 49 minutes. Alright, I'm pumped. Let's do it. We got 3 more acts. Ugh. Enter Brutus. What, Lucius? Ho! I cannot by the progress of the stars give guess how near today. Lucius, I say, I would it were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say, what, Lucius? Enter Lucius. Call you. Oh, what's your voice I should give him? Called my lord. Called you, my lord. Get me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here. I will, my lord. Exit. It must be by his death. It must be by his death. And for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him. But for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves weary walking. Crown him, that, and then I grant we put a sting in him. That at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is, when it disjoints remorse from power, and to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed. More than this, when did Brutus become a cowboy? The abuse of greatness is when it distorts remorse from power, and to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affection swayed. More than his reason, but 'tis a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. Let's get this myself up. Fudge. But when he once attains the utmost rounds, he then onto the ladder turns his back, looks to the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he did ascend, so Caesar may, then, lest he may, prevent. And since the quarrel will bear no colour for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is augmented would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which would as he's kind grow mischievous, and kill him in the shell. Re-enter Lucius. The taper burns in your closet, sir. Searching the window for flint, I found this paper that sealed him up, and I am sure I did not lie there when I went to bed. Gives him the letter. Get you to bed again? It is not day. It is not tomorrow, my boy. The ides of March. I know not, sir. Look in the calendar and bring me word. I will, sir. Exit. The exhalations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Opens the letter and reads, Brutus, thou sleepest awake and see thyself. Let me just pretend. Authentic acting. Brutus, thou sleepst awake and see thyself. Yeah, thou shalt roam and see, speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepest awake. Such instigations have been popped and dropped, where I have betoken them about. Shall roam and see, that's might. I piece it out. I shall roam, stand under one man's way. What Rome? My ancestors did from the street of Rome. The king couldn't drive when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I in tree to speak and strike? O Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus. Sir, March is wasted 14 days. Oh God, why does Lucius sound so evil? 'Tis Brutus, 'tis good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Exit Lucius. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting of a dreadful thing and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream. The genius and a mortal instrument are then in accounts on the state of man like to little kingdom. Suffers then the nature of an insurrection. Re-enters Lucius. Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door, who doth desire to see you. Is he alone? No, sir, there are more with him. Do you know them too? No, sir. Their heads are plucked about their ears, and half their faces buried in their cloaks. That by no means I may discover them, by any mark of favor. Let him enter. They exit Lucius. They are the Are we still in Brutus? They are the faction, O conspiracy. Shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night, when evils are most free? Oh, then by day. Where wilt thou find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none conspiracy. Hide it in smiles and availability. For if thou path thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself, were thought dimmed enough to hide thee from prevention, and the conspirators Cassius, Casca, Decius, Brutus, Cinna, Metalatus, Cimber. Oh god, this is going to be so hard to keep all the characters in line now. I think we are too bold upon your arrest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you? I have been upon this hour, awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you? Yes, every man of them, and no man here but honors you. Everyone doth wish as you had but that opinion of yourself, which every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius. He is welcome hither. This Decius Brutus. He is welcome too. This Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus Cimber. Oh god, this is killing my throat here. I need my milk. Oh, my throat. I need to take a break during this stream. What time is it? Oh god, it's gonna take a while, isn't it? I think we are too bold upon your arrest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you? Oh wait. I already said that. Brutus, they are all welcome. Watch their watchful cares to interpose themselves betwixt. Oh, it's that word, betwixt. That's Shakespeare word that we always see. Betwixt. Alright, betwixt your eyes and night. Shall I entreat a word? What would Decius Brutus sound like? He's like a cousin, so I guess it'd be similar. Here lies the east. Doth not the daybreak here? No. Wait, no, that's Casa. No. Okay, oh my god, this is so hard to get balance out. Oh, pardon, sir, it does those and young grey lines that fret the clouds are messengers of day. You shall confess that you are both deceived. Here, as I put my sword, the sun arises, which is a great wave growing on the south, weighing the youthful season of the year some 2 months hence, up higher toward the north. He first presents the fire, and the high east stands as the capital directly here. Give me your hand all over, one by one, and let us swear our resolution. No, not an oath, if not the face of man. The sufferance of our souls, time's abuse, if these be motives weak, break off between times, and every man hence to be his idle bed. So let high-sighted tyranny rage on, till each man drop by lottery. But if these, as I am sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards and do steel with valor, melting spirits of women, then, countrymen, what need we any spur but our own cause to prick us the redress? What other bond than secret Romans that have spoke the word, and will not palter? And what other oath? Oh my god, it's spitting everywhere. To prick us to the redress? Okay. That honesty to broad oh god, I'm getting tired. That honesty engaged, that this shall be, or we will follow for it. Swear priests and cowards and men cautelous, old feeble Karens and such offering souls that welcome wrongs on to bad causes. Swear Such creatures as men doubt, but do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppress metal of our spirits. To think that our cause or our performance sits need an oath, when every drop of blood that every Roman bears and noble bears is guilty of a several bastardy, if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him. But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us. Let us not leave him out. No, by no means. What would Cimber sound like? I'll just say my regular speaking voice. Oh, let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and by men voices to commend our deeds, it shall be said his judgment ruled our hands. Our youths in wilderness shall no wit appear, but all be buried in his gravity. Oh, name him not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin. Then leave him out. Oh, indeed, he is not fit. Shall no man else be touched by only Caesar? Decius well urged. I think it is not meet. Mark Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, shall outlive Caesar. We shall find of him a shrewd contriver, and you know, by his means, if he improve them, they will stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together. Our course will seem too bloody, Cassius, to cut the head off and then back the limbs, like rats in the death and envy afterward, for Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificed, but not butchers. Caius, we all stand up against the spirit of Caesar, and in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that way then could come by Caesar's spirit, and not dismember Caesar, but alas, Caesar must bleed for it, and gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods. Let's not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds, and let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage, and after them to chide them. This shall make our purpose necessary, and not envious, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called perjurers, not murderers. And for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm when Caesar's head is off. Metaphors. Alright, Yet I fear him, for the engrafted love he bears to Caesar. Alas, good Cassius, do not think of him. If he loves Caesar and all that he can do, it is to himself. Take a thought and die for Caesar. And that were much he should, for he is given to sports, to wilderness and much company. There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh at this their hereafter. Peace! Count the clock. The clock hath stricken 3. 'Tis time to part. But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come for today or no, for he is superstitious grown of late, quite from the main opinion he held once, of fantasy, of dreams, and ceremonies. It may be these apparent prodigies, is my mic still on? The accustomed terror of the night, and the persuasion of his augurs may hold him from the capital today. I never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can oversway him, for love to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, and bears with glasses, elephants with holes, lions with foils, and men with flatters. When I tell him he hates flatters, he says he does, being then most flattered. Let me work, where I can give his humor the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital. Nay, we will all us be there to fetch him. Be the 8th hour? Is that the uttermost? Be that the uttermost, and fail not him. Caius Ligus doth bear Caesar hard, who rated him for speaking well of Pompey. I wonder none of you have thought of him. Now, good Menelaus, go along by him. He loves me well, and I have given him reasons. Send him but hither, and I'll fashion him. The morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus, and friends, disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans. Good gentlemen, look freshly and merrily. Let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, with untired spirits and formal constancy. And so good morrow to you every one. Exeunt. Boy, Lucius, fast asleep? It is no matter. Enjoy the honey-heavy dew of slumber. Thou hast no figures, nor no fantasies, which busy care draws in the brain of men. Therein thou sleep so sound. Oh, well, new voice. And it's a feminine one. The first girl, I think. I don't know. I don't really have a good visual for these people in history or historical fiction. I'll just try it. Brutus, my lord. Portia, what means you? Where does you rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw, cold morning. Nor for yours neither. You, ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed, and yesterday night at supper you suddenly rose and walked about, musing and sighing, with your arms across, and when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, when then you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Yet I insisted, yet you answered not, but with an uningly rapture of your hand gave sign for me to leave you. So I did, feeling distracted and impatience, which seems too much. Oh God, this is killing my voice. And kindled, and withal hoping it was but an effect of humor, which sometime hath his hour with every man. I will not let you sit, or no talk, nor sleep. And could it work so much upon your shape, as it hath much prevailed on your condition, I should not know you, Brutus, dear my lord. Make me acquainted with your cause of grief. I am not well in health, and that is all. Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it. Why, so I do, good Portia. Go to bed. Is Brutus sick, and is it physical to walk embraced and suck up the humors of the dank morning? Oh, who knew? Shakespeare was a dank memer before us all. The internet. Who knew? The dank morning? What is Brutus sick, and will he steal out of the wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night, and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add into his sickness? No, my Brutus, you have some sick fence within your mind, which by the right and virtue of thy place I ought to know of, and upon my knees I charm you by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and that great vow which you did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourselves you'll have, while you are heavy, and what men tonight have had to resort to you. For he have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces 11 from darkness. You'll not, gentle Portia. I should not need. If you were gentle, Brutus, within the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted I should know no secrets that appear to you? Am I yourself, but as it were, a sort of limitation? To keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes, while I put in the suburbs at your good pleasure. If it be no more, Brutus is herald, not his wife. You are my true and honorable wife, as dear to me as the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart. If this were true, then should I know the secret? I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am one woman, but withal a group well reputed Theodosius' daughter. I think you I am not stronger than my sex. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so father and so husband. Tell me your counsel. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntarily wound here in thy thigh. And can I bear with that patience and not my husband's secrets? Oh, ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife. Knocking within. Hark, hark, one knocks. Portial, go in a while. And by the bosom shalt partake of the secrets of thy heart. All my engagements I shall construe to thee. All the charactery of my sad brows. Leave me with haste. Exit Portia. Lucia, who's that knocks? Re-enter Lucius Bodorgus.
He is a sick man that would speak with you.
Cassius Ligurus, that Menelaus spake of. Boy, stand aside. Cassius Ligurus, how?
Vouchsafe, good marrow, from a feeble tongue.
Oh, what a time have you chose out. Brave Caius, wear kerchief, when you are not a sick.
I am not sick. If Brutus have in hand any exploit worthy the name of honor.
Such an exploit have I in hand. Ligurus, had you a helpful ear to hear of it?
By all the gods that Romans bow before, I here discard my sickness. Soul of Rome, brave son, derived from honorable loins, thou like an exorcist hast conjured up my mortified spirit. Now bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible. Yea, get the better of them. What's to do?
A piece of work that makes sick men whole.
But are not some whole that we must make sick?
Oh, that's some heavy. Oh, fudge. That must we also. What is my chaos? I shall unfold to thee, as we are going to whom it must be done.
Set on your foot, and with a heart new fired I follow you. To do I know not what, but it suffices that Brutus leads me on.
Follow me then. Okay, thunder and lightning. Whoo boy. Enter Caesar in his nightgown. Oh, this is some good stuff. I think I can really tear my personality into this. Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out,
Help, ho, they murdered Caesar.
Who's within? Enter a servant. My lord, go bid the priest to present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success. I will, my lord.
And mean you, Caesar, think you would to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth. The things that threaten me, ne'er look it but of my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they frighten me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath wept in the streets, and graves have beyond, and yielded upon their dead. Fierce fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons and right form of war, which drizzled the blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle crawled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar! These things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
That can be avoided. Whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to be the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of a prince.
Princes, whatever.
Cowards.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems to me most strange that men should fear, seeing that death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. Re-enter servant. What says the arguers? They would not have you to stir forth today. Plucking the entrails of an offering forth, they could not find a heart within the beast. The gods do this in the name of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart. If he should stay at home home today for fear, no, Caesar shall not. Dangerous knows whole well that Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions, little in one day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call in my fear that keeps you in the house and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate House, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me upon my knee prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say I'm not well, and for thy humour I will stay at home. Enter Decius Brutus. Oh, here's Decius Brutus. You shall tell them so. Caesar, all hail. Good morrow. For this, Caesar, I come to fetch you to the Senate House. And to you are come in very happy time to bear my greeting to the senators, and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, and that I dare not. False, sir. I will not come today. Tell them so, Decius.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arm so far to be afraid to tell Glaybirds the truth? Decius, go tell them Caesar will not come. Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come.
That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you... Oh my god, no homo, Caesar. I will let you know. California here, my wife stays me at home, and she dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which like a fountain with 100 spouts did run pure blood, and many lusty Romans came smiling, and did bathe their hands in it, and these does... Oh... And these does she apply for warnings and portents and evils and meant, and on their knee hath begged that I will stay at home today. This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes. Your statue in which so many smiling Romans bathe signifies that from you great Roman shall suck reviving blood, and that great man shall press fortuitous stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calpurnia's dream is signified. And this way have you well expounded it. I have, when you have heard, but what I can say, and know it not, the Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word, you will not come. Their minds may change. Besides, if it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up to the sentence, still another time, when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. Caesar hides himself. Shall he not whisper,
Oh, Lord Caesar is afraid.
Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to our preceding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is liable. Oh, how foolish do your dreams seem now, Caponia! I am ashamed I did yield to them! Give me my robe, for I will go. Oh my god, when did Caesar become like an edgy teenager? Enter Publius, Brutus, Ligurus, Metellus, Casca, Trebonius, and look where Publius has come to fetch me. Good morrow, Caesar. Welcome, Publius. What Brutus are you stirred so early to do? Good morrow, Casca. Caesius, Ligurus, Caesar was near so much your envy, as that name argue which hath made you lean. What is t'clock? T-o'clock. Caesar, wait, no, this is Brutus. Caesar, 'tis struck an 8. I thank you for your pains and courteous. And to Antony, see, Antony, that levels long o' nights is notwithstanding up. Good tomorrow, Antony. Oh my god. So, okay, what was Antony's voice again?
So to most noble Caesar. bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. Now, sinner, now, Menelaus, what trebleness! I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember what you call on me today. Be near me, that I may remember you. Caesar, I will. Aside,
And so near will I be, that your best friend shall wish I had been further.
good friends, go in and taste some wine with me, and we, like friends, will straightway go together. Aside,
That every like is not the same.
O Caesar, the heart of Brutus yearns to think upon. Okay, this is the last act I'll do, this little paragraph, before I get a drink of water, because I know I said I'd do this in a sitting, but my god, my voice is killing me. I need water.
Caesar, beware of Brutus, the king of Cassius. Come not near Cassica, have an eye to sinner, trust not to Trebonius. But mark well, Menelaus, Sinber, Odysseus, Brutus, loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Cassius, Caius Periculus. There is no one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. If thou best not immortal, look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee, thy lover Artemidorus. Here will I stand till Caesar pass along, and as a suitor will I give him this. My heart laments that virtue cannot live under the deed of emulation. If thou read this, O Caesar, thou mayst live. If not, the fates with a traitor do contrive. You know what? I'm not gonna risk my big challenge of stealing in one sitting. I'm gonna be the most laziest guy in the world and just ask someone in my household for some drink of water. So, I'm sorry. Pausing the live stream real quick. Okay, so I had to essentially ask one of my family members to get me a drink of water. Aren't they so nice, putting up with all my screamings? Alright. Caesar. Okay, I already did that. Is the audio still working? Alright. Yeah, it's still working. Fudge. I'm getting really tired here. Portia. Okay. I pray thee, boy, run to the Senate house, stay not to answer me. What get thee gone? What dost thou say? To know my errand, madam. I would have snared thee there. Here again. Here I can tell thee what thou shouldst do there. O constancy, be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain between my heart and tongue. I have a man's mind, but a woman's might. How hard is it for a woman to keep counsel? Art thou here yet? Madam, what should I do? Run to the capital and nothing else, and so return to you and nothing else. Just bring me word, boy, if thy lord looks so well, for he will sickly forth and take good to me. Good take a note, what Caesar doth, what suitors press to him. Hark, boy, what noise is that? I hear none, madam. Prithee, listen well, I heard a bustling rumour like a fray, and no one knowing as it will in the capital. Sooth, madam, I hear nothing. Oh God, my voice. Oh God, my cold. Oh God, that's awful. Sooth, madam, I hear nothing. Come hither, fellow. Which way hast thou been? At mine own house, good lady. What's o'clock? About the 9th hour, lady. Is Caesar yet gone to the capital? Madam, not yet. I go. Oh God, the soothsayer. About the 9th hour, lady. Is Caesar yet gone to the capital? Madam, not yet. I go to take my stand. See him pass unto the capital. Thou passed some soon to Caesar, hast thou not? That I have, lady. If it will see Caesar to be good to Caesar, as to hear me, I shall beseech him to befriend himself. Why thou'st know that any harm intended towards him? None that I know will be, but much that I fear may chance. Good morrow to you. Here the street is narrow, the tongue that follows Caesar at the heels. Of senators, of plaintiffs, common suitors, will cloud a feeble man almost to death. I'll get to me to a place more void, and there speak to great Caesar as he comes along. I must go in. Ay me, how weak a thing the heart of a woman is. Oh Brutus, the heart speed thee in mine enterprise. Sure the boy Sure the boy heard me. Brutus had a suit that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, and commend me to my lord. Say I am merry. Come to me again, and bring me word that he doth say to thee. Oh God, I'm at the halfway point-ish. Gotta keep at it. How long have I been doing this? Like an hour and 30 minutes. Actually, I can just count here. Okay, another an hour and 30 minutes. This is gonna... Ooh, I can do this. You know what? Because I'm at the half... When this scene is over, I'm going to have an intermission. And I'm going to still be in this chair. I'm just going to have an intermission. That's it. Caesar, to the soothsayer. To the soothsayer, the ides of March are come. Aye, Caesar, but not gone. Hail, Caesar. Read this schedule. Wait, no, this, that's the Artemis guy who wanted to, like, warn it. Hi, Caesar, read the schedule. Trebonius will desire you, already read, at your best leisure. This his sombre suit. Oh, Caesar, read mine first, for mine suit, that touches Caesar nearly. Read, great Caesar. What touches us ourselves shall be there served. Did I not, Caesar? Read it instantly. What is it, fellow mad? What is the fellow mad? Syra, give place. What urge your pretensions in the street? Come to the capital. Oh God, they're gonna kill him. I wish your enterprise this day might thrive. What enterprise, Publius? Fare you well. What said Populus, Lena? He wished today our enterprise might thrive. I hear our purpose is discovered. Look, how he makes to Caesar. Mark him. Casca, be sudden, for we fear prevention. Brutus, what shall be done? If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself. Cassius, be constant. Populus Lena speaks not of our purpose, for, look, he smiles, and Caesar doth not change. Trebonius knows his time, for, look you, Brutus, he draws Mark Antony, out of the way. Exeunt Antony and Trebonius. Where is Metellus Zimber? Let him go, and is presently refer to Caesar. He is addressed. Press near and second him. Casca, you are the first that rears your hand. Are we all ready? What is now amiss that Caesar and his senate must address? Most high, most highly, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus Cimber throws there before thy seat an humble heart. I must prevent thee, Cimber, thou these couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men and turn preordinate in the first degree into the law of children. Be not found to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be drawn from the true quality with that which Metellus fools. I mean, sweet words, no courtesies and baked spaniel warning. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied. Oh, God. My diaphragm is killing me. Metellus Cimber, is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear, the repealing of my banished brother? I kiss thy hand, but on flattery, Caesar, desiring thee, not Publius Cimber, may have an immediate freedom of repeal. What, Brutus? Wait, let me do that again. What, Brutus? Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon, as low as to thy foot doth Caesius fall, to be refreshment for Publius Cimber. I shall do well. God, why is it the same, Cassius? I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to more, prayers would move more me. But I am constant as the northern star, of whose true, fixed, and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks, they are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there is but one in all doth hold his place. So in the world 'tis furnished well with men, and men of flesh and blood, and apprehensive. Yet in the number I do not know but one that is undecidable holds on his rank, unshakes of motion, and that I may be. Let me a little show it, even in this, that I was a constant Cimber should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so. Wait, what the heck did he just say? Let me, sorry, I don't understand what Casey just said. Let me analyze it real quick. Okay, that just happened. Oh, Caesar. Hence, wilt thou lift up Olympus? Great Caesar. Dost not Brutus kneel. Speak hands for me. Casca first, then the other conspirators, then Brutus stab. Oh, here it is. Let me. Great Caesar. Doth not Brutus kneel? Speak hands for me. And then the other conspirators and Brutus stab Caesar. Et tu, Brute, then fall Caesar. Dies. Just says dies there. No description.
liberty, freedom. Tyranny is dead. Long hence proclaim. Cry it about the streets.
Come to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement.
People and senators, be not frightened. Fly not, stand still. Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the culprits. Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius, too. Where's Publius? Here quite confounded with this mutiny.
Stand last together, lest some friend of Caesar's should chance.
Talk not of standing. Publius, good cheer. There's no harm intended to your person, nor to no Roman else. So tell them, Publius.
And leave us, Publius, lest that the people rushing on us should do your age some mischief.
Do so, and let no man abide this deed, but we do the doers.
Where is Antony?
Fled to this house amaze, when men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run at the word doomsday. Fates, we will know your pleasures, that shall die. We know 'tis but the time and dawning days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years alive cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that, and then is death a benefit? So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death? Stoop, Romans, stoop, and let's bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to the elbows, and besmear our swords, then walk before you into the marketplace, and waving our red weapons over our heads. Let's all cry, peace, freedom, and liberty. Stoop then,
And stoop then, and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over in states unborn, and accents yet unknown?
how many times shall Caesar's bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along, no worthier than the dust?
Wait, what the heck did he just say? How many times shall Caesar bleed?
Okay, so I guess he's just saying that Caesar isn't that great anymore. No better than Pompey.
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
What shall we forward?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his heels with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
Enter servant. Soft, who comes here? A friend of Antides? Thus Brutus and then my master did bid well kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and being prostrate, thus he made me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Because Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I loved Brutus, and I honor him. Say I feared Caesar, honored him, and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him, and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to die in death, Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dread so well as Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and the fanes of noble Brutus throughout the hazards of this untrodden state with all true faith. So says my master Antony. Good God, how long is this act?
Thy master's a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please him come unto this place, he shall be satisfied, and by my honor depart untouched.
I'll fetch him presently. I know that we shall have him well to friends.
I wish we may, but yet have I a mind that bears him much, and my misgiving still falls surely into his place.
But here comes Antony. Re-enter Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony. Almighty Caesar, did this lie you so low? All my conquest and glory, triumphs, loyal, struck to this little pleasure. Fare thee well. I know not, gentlemen, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is ranked? If I myself there is so hour, no so fit,
at Caesar's death hour, nor so instrument of half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech, if you bear me hard, thou with your purpled hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure, live 1,000 years. I shall not find myself so apt to die, no place will please me so, no mean of death as here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirit of this age. Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us, though now we must appear bloody and cruel as by our hands in this our pleasant act. You see we do yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding boostiness business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity do the general wrong of Rome. As fire drives our fires, so pity hath done this deed on Caesar for your part. To you our swords have laid in points, Mark Antony, our arms in strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper, to receive you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence. Get my water out. Oh God, do I taste blood? Sort of an iron feel. Well, someone else is watching. Who just like was here a minute ago? That was odd. Alright, well, back to watching. Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us, though not, but we most appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands in this. Your voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities. Be patient till we have appeased the multitude beside themselves with fear, and then we'll deliver you the cause. Why I did not love Caesar when I struck him. Thus proceeded. I would not of your wisdom. I doubt not of your wisdom. Let each man render me to his bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, will I shake yours. Let me just position over. Will I shake yours? Now, Decius Brutus, yours, now yours, Metellus, yours, sinner, and my valiant Casca, yours, the last, not last in love, yours, good Trebonius, gentlemen, all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery grounds, that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I do not love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true, that light there knocked upon us now. Shall it not grieve thee dearer than thy death, to see thy Antony beg? What did I just say there? See thy Antony making his knees, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble. In the presence of thy corse, had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as thy stream forth thy blood, it would be. You just adjust my clothes. Weeping as fast as thy stream forth thy blood, it would not become me better than the clouds and terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wert thou paid, brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy punters stand, sign in thy spoil and crimson in thy leaf. O world, thou waste no fullness to this heart, and this, indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer struck by many princes, dost thou here lie.
Mark Antony,
Pardon me, Caius Cassius, the enemies of Caesar shall say this. Then, in a friend, it is cold modesty. I blame you not for praising Caesar so. But what compact mean you to have with us? Will you be pricked and member of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you? Therefore I took your hand, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends, am I with you all and love you, upon this hope that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous. What the heck? Oh, just accidentally press Control P. Or else this is a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard that were you, Antony, the son of Caesar, you shall be satisfied. That's all I seek, and am moreover suited that I may produce this body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral. You shall, Mark Antony. Brutus, a word with you. Aside Brutus, you know not what you do. Do not consent that Antony speak in this form funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter? By your pardon, I will myself into the pulpit first, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest. He speaks by leave and by permission, and that we are contented Caesar shall have all truth, rights, and lawful ceremonies. It shall advantage more than to do us wrong. I know not what that may fall. I'd like it not. Mark Antony here. Take your Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good. You can devise of Caesar, and say you do by our permission, else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral. And you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going, after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
Wait, about his funeral, and you shall speak in the same... okay. Prepare the body, then, and follow us.
Oh, pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest men that ever lived in the tide of times. Woke to the candle that shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds now do spy prophecy, which like thumb mouse though ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my lung. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use on dreadful objects so familiar that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered with a hand of war, all pity choked with custom of full deeds, and Caesar's spirit ranging for revenge, with 8 by his side, come hot from hell. Who shall in these confines with the monarch's voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell upon this earth, with Carian men groaning for burial. Enter a servant. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
How long is this? Okay, we're almost done, and then I can take an intermission. Caesar did write for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and is coming, and bid me say to you by word of mouth, O Caesar, seeing the body. Oh wait, I should probably do that with more emotion. He did receive his letters and is coming, and bid me say to you by word of mouth, O Caesar, seeing the body. Thy heart is big. Get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching from mine eyes. Seeing those beads of sorrow stand in mine, begin to wonder, is thy master coming? He lies tonight with 7 leagues of Rome. Oh my god, this is taking a while. Good god, my voice.
How long is this? Let me just like. He Master coming, he lies. So he posts back to speed, tell him that what has chance stuff. Hie hence and tell him, yet stay a while, thou shalt not back till I have poured the course into the marketplace. There shall my ocean how the people take the quarrels issue. Oh god, I'm getting hiccups. According to the which thou shalt discourse to young Tavius of the state of things. Let me your hand. Exunt with it. Alright. Scene 2. The forum. Let me just check how much we have left. Okay, so I'm gonna take a short intermission. I promise I'm sitting in this chair. But for now, I'm going to take a little break, listen to some vaporwave. You get the idea. So, see you when the intermission's over. Alright, so maybe just as a thing while we're waiting, I'm just going to do some typing. That usually calms me down. So beware of lots of keyboard clacks. Oh boy, I'm pretty slow today. Let me just go on typing eraser. Pretty tired, so I'm gonna get type real quick. What time is it? 10:59, almost 11. Alright, time to get back to reading Shakespeare. We will be satisfied. Let us be satisfied. Then follow me and give me audience, friends. Cassius, go you into the other street and plot the numbers. Those that will hear me speak, let me stay here. For that will not follow Caesar. Go with him, and public reason shall be rendered of Caesar's death. I will hear Brutus speak. I will hear Cassius, and compare their reasons, when severely we hear them rendered. The noble Brutus ascended. Silence! Be patient till the last. Romans, countrymen, and lovers, hear me for my cause, and be silent. You may hear, believe me for mine honor, and have respect to mine honor, that you may believe. Censure me to your winsome, and make your senses, that you may be the better judge. If there be what the hell was that? And awake your senses, that you may be the better judge. Oh, what the heck? Okay, so just something happened. Okay, where was I? Bad judge. If there be any assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to them I say, that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than this. If then that friend demand why Brutus rose against Caesar, this is my answer, and my answer, not that I loved Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Had you rather Caesar were living and die all slaves, than that Caesar were dead to leave all free men? As Caesar loved me, I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honored him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There was tears for his joy, love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who is here so base that would be a bondman? If any speak for him, have I offended? Who is there so rude that would not be a Roman? If any speak for him, have I offended? Who is here so vile that would not love this country? If any speak for him, have I offended? I pause for a reply. None. Brutus continued. None. Brutus, none. Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol, his glory not executed, wherein he was worthy, nor his offences enforced, for which he suffered death. Entered Antony and others with Caesar's body. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not. With this I depart, that as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself, when it shall please my company to need my death. Live, Brutus! Live, live! Bring him the triumph home unto his house. Bring him a statue with his ancestors. Let him be Caesar. Ooh, plot twist.
Caesar's better parts shall be crowned in Brutus. We'll bring him to this house with shouts and clamors. My countrymen, peace, silence, Brutus speaks. Peace, ho! Good countrymen, let me depart a moment. And for my sake, stay here with Antony. Do grace this Caesar's corpse and grace his speech, tending to Caesar's glories, which Mark Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart, save I alone, till Antony have spoken. Stay ho, and let us hear Mark Antony. Let him go up into the public chair. We'll hear him. Noble Antony, go up. For Brutus' sake, I am beholding you. Goes into the pulpit. What does he say of Brutus? He says for Brutus' sake he finds himself beholding to us all. Oh, fudge. Twere but he best he speak no harm of Brutus here. That this Caesar was a tyrant. Nay, that's certain. We are best that home is led of him. Wow, I'm surprised these citizens are, finding it surprisingly easy to cope with. Peace, let us hear what Antony can say. You gentler Romans. Peace, ho, let us hear him. Friends, Roman countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Thus evil that men do lives after him. The good is oft interred with their bones. Oh, fudge, this is taking a long time. So let it be, Caesar. The noble Brutus hath told you Caesar was ambitious. If it were so, it was a grievous fault, and grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So are they all honorable men. Come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus say he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Rupercal. I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was his ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke. But there I am to speak what I do know. You all I did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? What cause withhold you then to... O judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reasons. Bear with me, my heart is in the coffin here with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me. Methinks there is much reason in his saying,
If thou consider rightly of this matter, Caesar has had great wrong.
Was he, masters? I fear there will worse come in his place.
Marked ye his words? He would not take the crown, therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious. If it be found so, some will abide it. Poor soul, his eyes are red as fire with weeping. There's not nobler man in Rome than Antony. Now mark him, he begins again to speak. But yesterday the world of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies be there, and none so poor, to do him reverence. O masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I shall do Brutus wrong and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet, 'tis his will, but the common here, this testament, which, pardon me, I did not mean to read, and they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, and dip their napkins in his sacred blood, and beg a pair of him for memory, and dying mention it with his wills, be swinging it a rich legacy unto their issue. Well, hear the will. Read it, Mark Antony. The will! We will hear Caesar's will.
Have patience, gentle friends, I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stone, but men. And being men, bearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you, it will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs, for if you should, oh, what would come of it?
Read the will. We'll hear it, Antony. You shall read us the will, Caesar's will.
Will you be patient? Will you stay a while? I have overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wronged the honorable man whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors, dishonorable men. The will, the testament.
These were villains, murderers. The will. Read the will. You will compel me then to read the will, then make a ring out the hopes of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend, and will you give me leave?
Come down, descend, then you shall have leave.
And then he comes down. A ring, stand around. I'll stand around here. Okay, this is interesting. Room for Antony, most noble Antony. Nay, press not so upon me. Stand far off. Stand back. Room, bear back. If ye have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. 'Twas on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the Nervi. Look in his place. Ran Cassius's dagger through. See what a rent the envious Cassa made. Though this the well-beloved Brutus stabbed, and as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out the doors to be resolved if Brutus so kindly knocked or down. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all, for when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed, ingratitude, more strong than traitor's arms, quite vanquished him, then burst his mighty heart, and in the mental muffling up his face, even at the base of Pompey's statue, with all the while ran blood. Great Caesar fell. Oh, what fall was there, my countrymen, that I and you all of us fell down, while bloody treason flourish over us. Oh, now you weep and I perceive. You feel the din of pity, our gracious drops. Kind souls, what weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here is my himself, married as you see with traitors. Oh, piteous spectacle! Oh, noble Caesar! Oh, woeful day! Oh, traitors, villains! Oh, most bloody sights! We will be revenged. Revenge, about, seek, burn, fire, kill, slay, not oh traitor live. Stay, countrymen, peace here, hear the noble Antony. We'll hear him, we'll follow him, we'll die with him. Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What? Oh, jeez. What private griefs they have last, I know not that made them do it. They are wise and honorable, and will, no doubt, with reason answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me well, a plain, blunt man. Oh, God, that love my friend, and that they know full well, that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit nor words, nor worth action, nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mounds, and bid them speak with me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony, would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise in mutiny. Will burn the house of Brutus. Away then, come seek the conspirators. Yet hear me, countrymen, yet hear me speak. Peace, ho, hear any most noble Antony. Why, friends, you go to do you know not what, wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your loves? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You have forgot the will I told you of. Most truly, well, so they're staying here though. Here's the well, and under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives to every several man 75 drachmans. The hexadrachman. I'm looking that stuff up. I really wish I knew what a judgment was worth. Oh well. "75 drachmen. Most noble Caesar, will revenge his death. O royal Caesar, hear me with patience, please ho. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, his private boars and new planted orchards. On this side Tiber he hath left you, and to your heirs for ever common pleasures, to walk abroad and create yourself. Here was a Caesar, when comes such another, never, never come away, will burn his body in the holy place, and with the brand fire the traitor's house take up the body. Go fetch fire, plunk down the benches, pluck down swords, windows, anything. Now let it work a mischief, thou art afoot, take thou what course thou wilt. Hello, how now, fellow? Sir, Octavius is already come to Rome. Where is he? He and Repius are at Caesar's house. And thither will I straight to visit him. He come upon a wish, fortune is merry, and in the mood will give us anything. I heard him say Brutus and Cassius are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome. Belike they had some notice of the people, how I had removed them. Bring them to Octavius." Is this the last one? Enter Cinna, the poet. "I dreamt tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unluckily charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth." Enter citizens. "What is your name? Whither are you going? Where do you dwell? Are you a married man or a bachelor?" Answer every man directly. "Aye and briefly, aye and wisely, aye and truly, you are our best. What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor?" Then to answer every man directly and briefly, wisely and truly. Wisely I say, I am a bachelor. That's as much as to say they are fools that marry. You'll bear me a bane for that, I fear. Proceed directly. Directly, I am going to Caesar's funeral. As a friend for an enemy? As a friend. That matter is answered directly. For your dwelling, briefly. Briefly, I dwell by the Capitol. Your name, sir, truly. Truly, my name is Cinna. Tear him to pieces, he is a conspirator. I am Cinna the poet. I am Cinna the poet. I tear him for his bad verses. Tear him for his bad verses. I am not Cinna the conspirator. It is no matter. His name's Cinna. Pluck but his name out of his heart and turn him going. Tear him, tell him, come lands, oh, firebrands. To Brutus, to Cassius, burn all. Come some to Decius, house, and come to Castellon. Oh god, I spit on my keyboard. Act 4, Scene 1. I think this is the final act. These merry then shall die, their names are pricked. Your brother too must die, consent you, Lepidus? I do consent. Prick them down, Antony. Upon condition Plubius shall not live. Who is your sister's son, Antony? He shall not live. Look, with a spot I damn him. But Lipius, go you to Siva's house, fetch the will hither, and we shall determine how to cut off some charges and legacies. What shall I find you here?
Oh, here you at the capital. This is a slight, unmerciful man. Meet to the scent on errands. Is it fit the 3-4 worlds would sit? So you thought him, and took his voice, who should prick him, prick to die in our black sentence and our prosecution? Octavius, I have seen more days than you, and though we lay these honors on this man to ease ourselves of drivers' slanderous loads, he shall bear him as the ass bears gold, to groan and sweat under the business either led or driven, as we point the way, and having brought our treasure, hear me well, and then take me down to the load and turn him off, like the empty ass, to shake his ears, and graze in commons. You may do your well, but he's a tired and valiant warrior. Soldier. So is my horse, Octavius, and for that I do appoint him steward. Remember, it is a creature that I teach to fight, to win, to stop, run directly on. His corporeal motion governed by my spirit, and in some cases Lepius. But so he must be taught and trained and bid go well. A barren, spirited fellow, one that feeds on abjects, orts, and imitations, which out of use installed by other men began his fashion to talk of them. But as a property, and now Octavius, listen great things, Brutus and Cassius are your powers, we must straight make heaven. Therefore let our alliance be combined, our best friends made, our means stretched, and let us presently go to sit in council, how cover matters may be best disclosed, and open perils surest answer. Let us do so, for we are at the stake, and base about with many enemies, and with that smile have in their heart, I fear, millions of mischiefs. Can't be near Sardis before Brutus' turn. Stand ho. Wait, no, that's pretty funny. Stand ho.
Give the word ho and stand.
What ho, Lucius? Is Cassius near?
He is at stand, and he is at hand, and Piers has come to do you salvation from his master. He greets me well, your master printers, and his own case, or by hill officer, hath given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone, but if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied. I do not doubt but that my noble master will appear, such as he is, full of regard and honor. How he received you, he let me resolve. With courtesy and with respect enough, but not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly confidence as he had used of old. Thou hast described a hot friend's cooling ever note, Lucius. When love begins to sicken and decay, it used in enforced ceremony. There are no thicks in plain and simple faith, but hollow men like horses hot at hand, make gallant show and promise of their mettle, but when they should endure the bloody spur, they fall at the crest, and like deceitful jays sink in trial. Come this hand army, they mean this night in Sardis to be quartered, be greater part. The horse and general are come with Cassius. Hark, he is arrived. Lo, march within. March gently on to meet him. He enter Cassius and Faust. Stand ho! Stand ho! Speak the word along. Stand, stand, stand. Most noble brother, you have done me wrong. Judge me, you gods, wrong I mine enemies, and if not so, how should I wrong a brother? Brutus, this sober form of yours hides wrong, and when you do them, Cassius, be content. Speak your griefs softly. I do know you well, before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love from us. Let us not wrangle, bid them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you audience. Penodius, bid our commanders lead their charges off a little from the ground. Lucius, but you do alike, and let no man let you. It's so close to the end. That
You have wronged me, doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pala for taking brides here of the Sardians, wherein my letter praying on his side, because I knew this men were slighted off. You wronged yourself to write in such a case. In such a time as this, it is not met that every nice offense should bear his comment. Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and mart your office for gold to undeserves. I am itching palm. You know that you are Brutus that speaks this, or by the gods of speech where else useless. The name of Cassius honors this corruption, and chastisement doth therefore head his head. Chastisement? Remember, March, the Ides of March, remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body? What did stab, and not for justice? What shall one of us that struck the foremost man of all this world, but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and sell the mighty space of our large honors for so much trash as many be grasped thus? I'd rather be a dog and bay the moon than such a Roman. Brutus, bay not me. I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I am a soldier. I older and practice. I'll bear than yourself to make conditions. Go to. You are not Cassius. I am. I say you are not. Urge me no more. I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your health. Tempt me no further. Away, slight man. Isn't it possible? Is possible? Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give away and room to your rash shoulder? Shall I be frightened with the man's stares? Oh, ye gods, must I endure all this? All this I more fret till your proud heart breaks. Go show your slaves how Damn Shakespeare, why do you gotta be so pedantic? Chloric you are, and make your bondmen tremble? Must I budge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humor? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you, for from this day forth I'll use it for my mirth, yeah, for my laughter, when you are wishbeth. Has it come to this? You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For mine own part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men. You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better? If you did, I care not. When Caesar lived, he durst not thus have moved me. Peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him. I durst not. No. What durst not tempt him? For your life you durst not. Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do not. That I shall be sorry for. You have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed, so strong in honesty that they pass by me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you deny me, for I can raise no money by vile means. What time is it? It's 11:26. Fudge. Oh my god, Cassius is breaking up with his boyfriend Brutus, and vice versa. Oh my god, this is the best high school love comedy I've ever seen. Truly, Shakespeare is a prime computer with the likes of Ranma Saitome. Whatever author made that book, I can't remember. Truly, he is the first of the romantic comedies, Shakespeare. Someone put a freaking gun to my head and shoot me, please. I have manic depression. I'm suffering. Why did I choose to read this? Alright.
you have done that you should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats. For I am armed so strong in honesty that they pass me as the idle wind, which I respect not. I did send you for certain sums of gold which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for Dutch mess than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such grasping counters from his hands. Be ready, gods. With all your thunderbolts, dash into pieces. I denied you not. You did. I did not. He was but a fool that brought my answers back. Brutus hath rivered my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities. But Brutus makes mine greater than they are. I do not, till you practice them on me. You love me not. I do not like your faults. A friendly eye could never see such faults. A flattered would not, though they do appear as huge as high Olympus. Come, Antony and young Octavius, come, revenge yourselves alone on Cassius, for Cassius is weary of this world, hated by ones he loves, braided by his brother, checks like a bondman, all his faults absurd, set in a notebook, learned and gone by rote, to cast into my teeth. Oh, I could weep my spirit from mine eyes. There is thy dagger, and here my naked breast, within a heart dear my Plutus mine, rich in the gold, that's best Roman ticket for. I then denied thee gold, it will give me a heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know. Oh, when thou didst hate him, thou lovest him better than ever thou loved Cassius. Sheath your dagger. Be angry when you will. It shall have hope, scope. Do what you will. Dishonor shall be humor. O Cassius, you are yoked with a lamb that carries anger as the flint bears fire. Who much enforced shows a hasty spark and straight is cold. Hath Cassius lived to be but mirth and laugh to his temper? What grief and blood ill-tempered vexed him? When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too. Do you confess so much? Give me your hand, and my heart too. Oh, Brutus, what's the matter? Have not you love enough to bear with me, when that rash humor which my mother gave me makes so forgetful? Yes, Cassius, and from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, he'll think your mother chides and leaves you so. Poet. Within let me go, and to see the generals, where there is some grudge between them. 'Tis not meet they be alone. Within you shall not come to them. Within nothing but death shall stay me. How now? What's the matter? For shame you, Jones, what do you mean? Love and friends that too much men should be. For I have seen much more years, I'm sure, than ye. Ha ha, how vilely doth this cynic rhyme. Get your hence, Syra, saucy fellow. Hence, hence, bear with him, Brutus, 'tis his fashion. I'll know his humor when he knows his mind. What should be the wars do with this jiggling foals? Companion hence, away, away, begone. Lucius Tinius, bid the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight, and come yourself and bring Melissa with your treasure. Lucius, a bowl of wine. I do not think you could have been so angry. O Caesar, I am sick of many griefs. Oh, of your philosophy you make no use, if you give place to accidental evils. No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead. Ha! Portia, she is dead. How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, insuperable and touching loss, upon what sickness! Impatient of my absence, and grief that young Octavius with Eric Antony hath made something so strong. For with her death what tidings come? With this she fell distracted, and her attendants was absent, swallowed fire. And died so? Even so. O ye mortal gods! The Oriental Russia with wine. Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine, and this I bury all unkindness, Cassius. My heart is thirsty for the noble pleasure. Fill, Lucius, till the wine, oh, swear the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love. Come, Tintinus, exit Lucius, re-enter Tintinus with Melissa. Welcome, good Messala. Now sit we close about this taper and call in questions with our necessities. Portia, art thou gone? No more, I pray you. Messala, I have there received letters. That thou, Octavius, and Mark Antony come down upon us, and with a mighty power bending their expedition towards Philippi. Myself have letters of this self-same tenor. With what addition? That by the proscription bills of outwardly, Octavius and Antiochus have put to death 100 senators. Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died by the president Cicero. One. Cicero is dead, and by that order of prosecution had you by your letters from your wife, my lord? No, Melissa, nor nothing in your letters rid of her? Nothing, Melissa. Methinks is strange. Why ask you? Hear aught of her in yours? No, my lord. Now as you are a Roman, tell me true. Then like a Roman bear the truth I tell. For certain she is dead in my strange manner. Why, farewell, Portia, we must die, Messala. With meditating that she must die once, I have no patience to endure it now. Even so great men and great loss I shall endure. I have as much of this in art as you, but yet my nature should not bear it so. Well, to our work lies. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently? I do not think it is good. Your reason? It is. 'Tis better that the enemy seeks us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldier, doing himself absence, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defence, and nimbleness. Good reasons must a force give place to better. The people twixt Philip and his ground to stand but in a forced affection, for they have grudged us contribution. The enemy, marching along by them shall make a fuller number up. Come on, refreshed, new added, and courage. From which advantage shall we cut him off? If at Philippi we do face him there, these people at our back. Oh, hear me, good brother. Under your pardon, you must note beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe, the enemy increaseth every day. We at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the fears of men, which taking the flood, leads on to fortune. Omitted all the voyages of their life, is bound in shallows and miseries, and one such a full sea as we are now afloat, and we must take the currents with its way, or lose our ventures. Then with your will go on well among ourselves and meet them. What was that noise? I don't know. The deep of night has crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will niggard with a little rest. There is no more, say no more. Good night. Easy tomorrow will rise, and hence. Lucius! Enter Lucius. My gown! Farewell, good Melissa. Oh, my dear brother, this was an ill beginning of the night. Never come such division between our souls. Let it not, Brutus. Everything is well. Good night, my lord. Good night, good brother. Good night, good Lord Brutus. Farewell, everyone. Exeunt all but Brutus. Re-enter Lucius. Give me the gown. What is thy here the tent? What thou speakst, Drowley? Poor knave, I blame thee not. Thou art overwatch. Call Cadius and some other of my men. I'll have them sleep on cushions of my dead. Pharaoh and Claudius, calls my lord. I pray you, sir, lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall rise in my business, so please stand. I will not have it so. Lie down, good sirs. It may be I shall otherwise think. Look, Lucius, here's the book I sought for it. I put it in the pocket of my gown. I will show your lordship, then not give it to me. Bear with me, good boy, I am not forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while, and touch thy instrument a strain or two? Aye, my lord, ain't please you? What does, my boy? I troubled thee too much, but thou art willing. It is my duty, sir. I should not urge that thy duty past thy might. I know young bloods look for a time of rest. I have slept, my lord, already. It was done, and thou shalt sleep. I will not hold thee long. If I do live, I will be good to thee. Music and song. This is a sleepy tune, O murderous slumber. I'll lace thou thy laden mace upon my boy that plays thee music, gentle Dave. Good night. I will do not thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou dost not, thou breakest the instrument. Take it from thee, and good boy, good night. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down? Where I fell reading. Here it is, I think. Enter the ghost of Caesar. How till this taper burns? Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes the monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou in anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to sting? Speak to me what thou art. Thy evil spirit, Bruce. Why comest thou? To tell thee thou shalt meet me at Philippi. Oh, fudge. Well, then I shall see thee again. Aye, at Philippi. I will see thee at Philippi then. Exit goes. Now I have taken heart. Thou vanished, I'll spirit, I will hold more, and all this thing's my lord at false. He thinks he still is that instrument. Lucius, wake, my lord, didst thou dream, Lucius, that thou so criest out? My lord, I do not know what I did cry. Nothing, my lord. Sleep again, Lucius. My lord, why did you cry out, sir, in your sleep? My lord, I saw you anything? No. Okay, so like, Caesar's haunting him or some crap like that. Go and commend me to my brother Cassius. Bid me fit on the and shall be done, my lord. And we bid him set on the powers, but shall fall. How long is the stream? $2. Now, Antony, our hopes are answered. You said the enemy will not come down, but keep the hills in upper reach, and it proves not so. Their battles are at hand. They mean to warn us that Philippi are answering before we do demand of them. Tut, I am in their bosoms, and I know wherefore they do it. They could be content to visit other places, and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by his face to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage, but 'tis not so. Prepare you, generals. The enemy comes on in gallant snow. What time is it? It's 11:40, almost midnight. Let's do it before midnight, guys. The bloody signs of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately. Octavius, lead your battle softly on upon the left hand of the even field. Upon the right hand I keep thou the left. Why do you cross me in this accident? I do not cross you, but I will do so. March, drum, enter Bruce. Okay, a lot. They stand and move at plenty. Stand fast, say just. We must out and talk. Mark Antony, shall we give signs of battle? No, Caesar, we will answer on their charge. Make forth the... No, Caesar, we will answer on their charge. Mark forth the generals. What do I have from words? Stir not until signal. Words four blows. It is so, countrymen. Not that we love words better as you do. Come, good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius. In your bad strokes, Brutus, you give good words. Witness the hole you made in Caesar's heart, crying, long live Hail Caesar! Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown, but for your words they rob the high blood bees, and leave them honeyless, not stingless too. Oh yes, and soundless too, for you have stolen their buzzing, Antony. Ah, and very wisely trait before you sting. Villains, you did not so when your vile daggers hacked one another in the sides of Caesar you show. In battle like bondman kissing his veals, dance Essa like a current behind struck Caesar's on the neck. Oh, you flatterers, flatters. Now, Brutus, take yourself. This tongue hath not offended to today. Caesar, Cassius might have ruled. Come, the cause of arguing makes us sweat. Can prove it will turn to redder drops. Look, I draw sword against conspirators. When they you that the sword goes up again, never till Caesar's 33 wounds, but be well avenged, or till another Caesar have added slaughter to the swords of traitors. For Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors' hand, unless thou bringst them with thee. So I hope. I was not born to die on Brutus' sword. Oh, if thou wert the noblest of thy strain, thou young man, thou couldst not die with honor more honorable. A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honors, join with a masker and a reveler. Old Cassius still. Come, Antony, away, defiance traitors hurl me in your teeth. And you dare fight day to day, come to the field. If not, then you have stomachs. Okay, so they're like gonna fight, I guess. Why now? Blow and swell below and swim bark. The storm's up and all in iron. Okay, it's all atmospheric again. Holy shit. My lord, Messala, who said, Messala, this is my birthday, as this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand, Messala, by thou witness that against my will, as Pompey was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. You know that I held Epicurus strong in his opinion. Now I changed my mind and partly credit things that to presage. Coming from Sardis on our former ensign, 2 mighty eagles fell, and there they peaked huge, gorging and feeding from a soldier's hand, who to Philbia self here consorted. This morning are they fled away and gone, and in heads do ravens, crows, and kitties' heads fire our heads and our look on us as we or sickly prey. Their shadows seem a canopy almost fatal, under which our limbs lie, ready to give up the ghost. I believe not so. I but partly believe it partly, for I am fresh of spirit and resolved to meet all perils very constantly. Even so, Lucius. Now, most noble Bruce, the gods to day stand friendly, that we may, lovers in peace, lead on our days to age. But since the affairs of men rest still uncertain, let's reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then is the very last time we shall speak together. What are you then determined to do? Even by the rule of this flat philosophy, by which I did blame cattle for this. I know not how, but I do find it cowardly and vile. For fear of what it might fall, so in the time of life, arming myself, with patience to stay the province of some high power that govern us below. Then if we lose but you're content to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome. No, Cassius, no, think not, thou noble Roman, that ever Brutus will go round to Rome. He bears too great a mind, but this same day must end that works the Ides March begin. And whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, everlasting farewell take, forever and ever, forever. Farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why then this parting was well made. Forever and forever. Farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, we'll smile, and if not, 'tis true the parting's made. But then, leave on. Oh, that a man might know the end of his day, business ere it come. But it suffices that the day will end, and then this end is known. Come, ho, away. The same, the field of battle. Enter Brutus and Melillus. Ride, Melillus ride, and give these bills unto the legions of the other side, loud laudarum. Let them set on that forth, for I perceive but cold demeanor and Octavius' wings, with sudden push gives him the overthrow. Ride, Melillus. Let them all come down. Another part of the field. Alarms. Oh, look, Tentius, look, the filaments fly. Myself have to mine own turn enemy. This a sign here of mine was taken back. I slew the coward and did take it from him. O Cassius Brutus gave the word too early, who have some advantage on Octavius. Took it too early.
who having some advantage on Octavius, took it too eagerly that his soldiers fell to spoil whilst we buy into our oak enclosed. Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Mark Antony is in your tents, my lord. Fly therefore, noble Cassius, fly far off. This hill is far enough. Look, look, Titius. Are those my tents where I perceive the fire? Titius, they are, my lord. Titius, if thou lovest me, mount thou my horse and hide my spurs in them, till he have brought thee up to yonder troops and here again, that I may rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy. I'll be here again, even with the thought. Copinidus, get higher on that hill. By sight was ever its stick. Regard Tinius and tell me what thou knowest about the fields. This day I breathe first time has come round, and where I did come, where shall I end? My life is run, but his compass. Sarah, what's news? Oh, my lord! What news? Tinius is close around about my horsemen. They take to him on spur, yea, spurs on. Now they are almost on, and now 'tis now some light. Oh, he lights too. He's take shout and hark! They shout for joy. Come down, behold no more. Oh, coward, what I am! To live so long, to see my best friend tearing for my face. Come hither, Syra. In Prathia did I take thee prisoner, and then I swore thee saving of thy life, that whatsoever I did bid thee do, thou shouldst tempt it. Come on, keep thine oath. Now be a free man, and with this good sword that ran through Caesar's bow, search this blossom. Stand not to answer. Here, take thou the hilts, and when the face is covered as till now, guide thou the sword. Alright, so he just dies, I guess. He's thou art revenged, even with the sword. So I am free, yet would not so have been. Thus I have done my will, O Cassius. Far from this country, Pyrrhus shall run, where never Rome shall take note of him. Exit, re-enter, Tinius with Messala. It is but change, Tinius, for Octavius is overthrown by noble Brutus's power, as Cassius' legions are by Antony. These tidings are well conferred, Cassius. Where did you leave them? All discontent with Pinna's bottom. It is not that he lies upon the ground. He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart, is not that he. No, this was he. Missile, but since Cassius no more, O setting sun, as in thy red rays thou dost sink tonight, so in the red blood Cassius' day is set, the sun of Rome set, our day is gone, clouds, dews, and dangers. Okay, Cassius is dead, yay! It's the Muppet Show with Jack Black, yeah! Oh my god, what the hell am I doing with my life? Our day is gone, clouds, dew, and dangers. Okay, mistrust of good success hath done this deed, O hateful error, melancholy's child. Why dost thou shout at thou to amend the things that are not? O error soon conceded, thou hast never comes into a happy end. What kills the mother that engendered thee? What Pittis, what art thou, Pittis? Seek him, Titius, while lest I go to meet the noble Brutus, thrusting his report into his ears, I must say, thrusting the piercing steel darts and belt venom shall be a welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of his sight. Thank you, Messala, and I will seek for Pintus for a while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? Why did I not meet thy friends, and did not thy put on my brows his wreath of victory, and bid me give it thee? Didst thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast
misconstructed everything, but hold only take this garland on my brow. Brutus, bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Brutus, come apace, and see how I regarded Caius Cassius by your leave, gods. This is a Roman part. Come, Cassius sword and find tin in his heart. Kills himself. Of course, it's a Shakespeare play. Everybody has to kill themselves and kill someone else. Where Mel said that's his bloody lie. We all wonder what Tim this morning at Titus faces up. He is slain. O just sit thou art mighty, yet thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords into our proper entrails. Brave Titus, look where he has crowned dead Cassius, and yet 2 Romans living such as these. The last of all the Romans, fare thee well. It is impossible that ever Rome should breed thy fellow friends. I owed more tears to this dead man. You shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time. Come therefore unto thou send his body. His funerals shall not be in our camp, lest it discomfort us. Lucius, come and come. Young judges, let's set our battles on. 'Tis 3 o'clock in Romans, yet ere night we shall try fortune in the second fight. Scene 4. Please be the last scene. Yet, countrymen, oh yet hold up your heads. What bastard doth not? Who will go with me? I will proclaim my name among the hill. I am the son of Marcus Cato Ho. I foe to tyrants of my country's friend. I am the son of Marcus Catus Ho. And I am Brutus, Marcus Brutus. I am Brutus, my country's friend. Know from me, Brutus. O young and noble Cato, art thou down? Why now thou deest as braveless Tinus, and mayst be honored, being Cal's son? Yield, or thou deest. Only I yield to die. There is so much that thou wilt kill me straight. Offer me money. Kill Brutus, and be honored in his death. We must not. An old prisoner. Room, ho. Tell Antony Brutus is ta'en. I tell thee the news. Here comes the general. Enter into Brutus is ta'en. Brutus is ta'en, my lord. Where is he? Safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare assure thee that no enemy shall ever take alive the noble Brutus. The God defend him from so great a shame. When you do find no dead alive, he will be found like Brutus, like himself. This is not Brutus, friend. If I assure you, no a prize no less in worth. Keep the man shame. Give him all kindness. I had rather have such men my field than enemies. Go on and see whether Brutus be alive or dead, and bring us word unto Octavius' tent, how everything is chanced. Alright, last one, I think. Come, poor remains of friends, rest on this rock. Stelius shown his torched life, but my friend came not back. He is or ta'en or slain. Sit thee down, says slang is the word. It is a deed in fashion. Hark these cliffs. What I, my lord, no, not for all this world, priest, then no words. I'll rather kill myself. Hark thee, Darnius. Shall I do such a deed? No, Darnius. O Cletus, what shall I request him? To kill him, Cletus, look, he meditates. Now is that noble castle full of grief that runs over even his eyes. Come hither, good Volemus, this the word. What says my lord? Why, this Volemus, the ghost of Caesar has appeared to me several times tonight, and so does at this time here in Philippi, and I know my hours come. Not so, my lord. Nay, I am sure it is, Volemus. Thou seest the world. Knows how it goes. Our enemy have beat us to the pit. Roll arms. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good Volemus, they know that we two went to school together, even for that our love of old. I prithee, how thou my sword hilts thou whilst I run on it. That's not an office for a friend, my lord. Fly, fly, my lord, there is no tarrying here. Farewell to you, and you, Strato, thou hast been all this while asleep. Farewell to thee, Strato, countryman, my heart doth joy that yet in all life I shall know man, but he was true to me. I shall find glory by this Lucian day more than Octavius and Mark Antony. By his vile conquest shall attain unto almost there.
So fare you well at once, for Brutus' tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs upon mine eyes, by those would rest that has laboured to attain his hour. Alarm, cry within, fly, fly, fly. Fly, my lord, fly, for hence I will follow thy soon. I pray thee, Straddle, stay thou by thy lord, thou art a piece of good respect. Thy life had some smedge of honour in it. Hold then my sword and turn away by thy face, while I do run upon it. Well, thou, Straddle, give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord, farewell, good Straddle. Runs on his sword. Caesar, now be still. I killed not thee with half so good as will. Dies. What man is that? My master's man. Strato, where is thy master? Strato, free from the bonds you are, Miss Lloyd. The conquerors can well, but fire only Brutus only can sin, and no man else hath honor by his death. So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus, that thou hast proven Lucius saying true. All that, sir, Brutus, I will entertain him. Fellow, wilt thou bestow thy time with me? I, Julius, will prefer to you. Do so, good Messala. How died my master, Strato? I held the sword, and he did run on it. Octavius then take him to follow thee, that did the latest service to my master. This was the noblest nobleman of them all. The conspirators save only he did that did in great envy of great Caesar, and he only in a great honest thoughts and common good to all made one of them. His life was gentle, and the elements so mixed in him that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man. According to his virtue, let us use him, with all respect and rites of burial. Within my tent his bones tonight shall lie, most like a soldier. Order honorably to so call the field to rest, and let's away to part the glories of this happy day. Oh yes, yes, I'm done. Oh yeah. Oh, I've read it all in one sitting. Oh God, my brain. Exactly 11:59 on midnight. Oh, my throat is killing me. Well, that's the end of the live stream. Thanks for coming. Maybe I'll do another one of these later on where I read a whole Shakespeare play.